What's up? It's your boy Reemus, and welcome back to the channel where we're speaking about things that we learn on the journey to truth, strength, power, and knowledge. I'm not speaking to just men, I'm not speaking to just women, I'm speaking to everyone who's a winner. And today I'm speaking about things that I learned from this book called The Way of the Superior Man. I think both genders actually would find it interesting, even though it says, Way of the Superior Man. But today we're going to be speaking about something I learned in this book, which is, the title is Understanding the Language of Women. Because I don't know if you know this. You should know this. If you don't, you haven't been watching, you haven't been paying attention to your surroundings and your experiences. But men and women use a different language. We both might use the English language, but the things we're transmitting, the place that the communication is coming from is very different. So for a man, he's very strongly led by the motivation to factually transmit, and he also wants to stick to the facts that he says, whereas a woman's often communicating from an emotional expression type of place, which is why women encourage you to express your emotions and stuff. And because she's coming from a place of emotions, when she's expressing, she's talking about the emotions she's currently feeling at the time. And men don't understand this. They look at her like they're looking at themselves. So, for example, this is a passage in the book. It says, the masculine means what it says. A man's word is his honor. So even when you think about that, we say things, and I say men, we say things like, my word is my bond. I'm willing to die for my principles. I'm willing to die for my word. My word is my honor. My word is my bond. All of that stuff. But the feminine says what it feels. A woman's word is her true expression in the moment. So when you think about if a woman tells you something about what she's feeling at that time, it can change the very next day. So if you're a man and you've been in a relationship and you've seen your girl say, oh my God, I'll never be with another man. I'll never look at another guy like you. She's saying what she feels in that moment, and she's not lying. She's not telling a lie. She's saying what she feels, and the feelings are true. But you have to understand how emotions work. And then you have to understand that the structure of her language is different. You know, like how in Spanish they got the masculine, feminine, or whatever. You have to say the language of emotions is the present and the future, because what they say in the future, it could change. The emotions are like a sea that can just go in and out. It's like water. It can fit into this and fit into that. It's not hard. It's not still. A man is actually going to take pride in the fact that what he says he has to live up to, and we're also held to that standard. Women, it's not the same, so you can't hold your woman to that same standard. In fact, you are going to offer that to her, that stability, but you also need to understand that she's coming from that emotional place when she's communicating. Don't look at her how you look at yourself, otherwise you're not speaking to her, you're speaking to yourself, or you're speaking to a man, and you don't want to be with a man. When you think about the language of women, understand that it needs translation. You need to look at what she said, understand the emotional context she's coming from, then you need to translate it so that you can then understand it for yourself, because you want to understand the facts, the logics, the purpose behind it. I think it's another book. I think I got it from Sperm Wars, which is another book I'm going to be reviewing next. I think it's from that book where it was saying how when you observe the conversations of men and women, you'll find that men usually want to transmit a lot of facts, but women speak for the sake of speaking. But it's not really speaking for the sake of speaking. On a logical realm it is, but it's actually that they're speaking for emotional expression. And these are two different things. If both genders understand this about the opposite one, they'll gain a greater understanding of how to speak to each other. Now, that's all I'm going to talk about today. Check out the next video on the series that I'm doing on what I've learned from this particular book. See you in the next one.